Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, we are going to play with some new Victoria Beckham Beauty products. But before we go any further, let's take a second to grab our iced coffee or a hot coffee. Let's take a sip and let's get started. As many of you know, I have my online beauty consulting service, which is where you get the chance to talk to me one-on-one through a live video chat. This is a great last-minute beauty gift for the beauty lover who has maybe too much makeup and doesn't know what to do with it, or someone who wants to get into makeup but isn't really sure which colors to get and wants like a step-by-step guide. So to make an appointment, click the link in the description box down below. All right, I have some new beauty items here from Victoria Beckham Beauty, as stated. They kindly sent me these items in the mail, so I guess we can say that Posh Spice really likes me. I'm very happy about that. I'm so excited. So I have a couple items. Let's go ahead and just talk about them, break them down, and then we'll do an application demonstration. So the first items here are these new Lid Lustres. These are the beautiful, shiny single eyeshadows, and I have two shades here. The first one they sent me is called Chiffon, which is described as a reflective champagne with gold and multicolor pearl, infused with clear quartz, which is known for amplifying energy, thought, and aid concentration. This one here definitely gives me champagne. It looks like a one and done type of color. It looks really beautiful, very light and effortless. Then the second color they sent to me, this is the one that I have the highest hopes for. It's the one that I'm most excited about. This one is called Mirror. So Mirror is a true silver chrome infused with moonstone, which is known to provide calmness, enhance intuition, and promote inspiration. What's interesting is when you get these Lid Lustres, you actually get some sort of like, I want to say seal, but it just sort of keeps the shadow pressed in place. So make sure to keep this. You can remove it like that to use it, but just make sure that you keep it there just to make sure it stays fresh, because these Lid Lustres do almost feel like a sort of pressed, creamy, buttery, high shine shadow. So this sort of just keeps it from going volatile in your makeup bag. Let's go ahead and do some swatches of the Lid Lustres. What I love is that on the back of these individual shadows, you have this clear glass, so you can see what the color is on the back here without having to open it. I love that. I love that little touch of just knowing what shade it is when you pick it up without having to open it. Now here are both of the swatches. We have this beautiful light chiffon champagne color. It really does give you that light iridescent wash of color. It really is like a light champagne. And then Mirror here is just like a perfect silver sparkly shadow. You do get like hints of like a little bit of blue and cool tone notes. It just looks so beautiful and so sparkly. This I cannot wait to try today. Posh Spice also sent me one of her new eyeliners, which I'm so happy about because I bought one of her liners and I'm so in love with the formula. This one here is called Sea Gray, and this is the same satiny, creamy Kajal liner as always. Sea Gray is a sort of shimmery gunmetal. Let's go ahead and do a swatch of Sea Gray next to Ash. That's the one that I have before. Sea Gray looks so different from Ash. Sea Gray does look like a silvery, shimmery gunmetal, and it looks like the type of liner that you could create a sort of silvery, smoky look with, just with the liner itself. No need for eyeshadow really, but it's a really beautiful color. I think that Sea Gray mixed with Mirror will be really beautiful. And then last but not least, Posh sent me one of her moisturizing lipsticks, and this is the new shade called Moody. Moody is described as a luxe velvety crimson. Victoria's limited edition black tie lip has arrived just for the holiday. This really does look like a deep, rich berry. It's also a bit glossy as I swatched it on the back of my hand. These are moisturizing lipsticks, but it really does just give me like a dark berry plum vibe. And what I noticed when I was swatching is I think you could definitely use this as a stain, like just dab it lightly just to get a bit of the color without swiping the lipstick over and over again to get more of a saturated look. So I think we're going to go ahead and play with it when I apply just to see what the different color payoff is like. So I think what I'll do is I will go into Mirror. I just love the look of like a cool tone silvery eyeshadow look. I think it looks really nice. I think it's great for the holiday season. So that's going to be today's look. The brushes that I'm using in today's video will be listed in the description box down below. So if you're curious about what I'm using, just go ahead and check that. So I'm going to go ahead and dip into Mirror here. So when you apply this with a brush, you do get the silvery color payoff, but it's a bit more diffused. It's not as intense as the swatch. So I may go ahead and actually apply this with a finger and see if the payoff is just a bit more opaque. Wow, okay, that makes a really big difference. Just going in with your finger, you get like a swipe of intense color. So maybe I would recommend buffing it out just a little bit and then going in with your finger for that more intense look. There is a little bit of fallout here, which I think is to be expected with such a shiny eyeshadow. I'm sort of tempted to do two different looks. I know other people do this where like they just have two wildly, vastly different eyeshadow looks. And I think I might try that just because I want to see what Chiffon is like. I mean, I think it's going to be just like a really beautiful wash of color. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm gonna look a little bit crazy, but I'm gonna have two completely different eye looks. So I'm gonna go ahead and use Chiffon now. And I think I'm gonna go ahead and do essentially the same method or application that I did. I might start off with a brush for Chiffon and then switch to a finger afterwards. Again, Chiffon does give a bit more of a sheer look when you apply it with a brush, so it isn't the shade in particular. I think it's just the application method that's going to make a different look. So yeah, I recommend going in with a brush first just to buff the color a little bit everywhere, and then go in with your finger like this. Again, you immediately get a more saturated eyeshadow look. So I think if you want more color payoff, just use your finger like this. So they both have fallout, but I think that Chiffon actually has less. I don't know if Chiffon has actually less fallout or if it's less obvious because Mirror is less subtle. So okay, here is Chiffon, your beautiful light champagne wash of color, definitely one and done. And then Mirror, this is your more sparkly, a little bit disco, beautiful New Year's holiday party makeup look. Love that. Now, for the liners, I have Sea Gray and Ash. So what I will do is I will use Sea Gray on this eye here with Mirror, and I will use Ash on the side here with Chiffon. Ash is described as a rich matte graphite gray, so I think it'll go more with this subtle look over here. Okay, now let's go into Sea Gray. I like how dark this is. At first, I thought it was going to be, because I saw the term Sea Gray, so I was like, is it going to be like a light silver? But it's actually nice and dark, and I think it'll work really beautifully with this whole look here. Okay, I need to fix the fallout because as I was applying the liner, all I could stare at was the fallout over here. So I'm using a little sample here of my Chantecaille, what is it called? A Stress Repair Concentrate. I'm just using a bit of this to clean up my under eye. Okay, I just threw on some mascara, the Chantecaille Faux Longest Lash. Now I have to say, there was more fallout on the Mirror side. I don't know if it's because the color is just more intense or actually maybe there just is more fallout with Mirror. but it doesn't really matter because you can clean it up really nicely. But if you're going to use mirror, I would definitely recommend doing your eyes first because it's really a pain to remove like concealer and foundation. So I'm going to go into concealer and foundation now. I'm going to use my Givenchy Prisme Libre Skin Caring Foundation and my Clé de Peau Concealer in Almond, and I'll be right back. All right, foundation and concealer is done. So I have to say, in person, this whole two completely different eye looks thing looks crazy. I don't know what it looks like on camera. Let me know in the comments if you want me to do these types of things. I don't usually do this. I usually just like use one and then use the next one in the future. I don't know why. I just decided to switch things up. Like every time I look in the mirror, it looks crazy because like this eye is just like so subtle and so natural, and this one is just like so intense. It's just like, it's a lot. I like both of them individually. It's a little bit jarring in person, I'm not gonna lie. Now, let's go into some blush before I apply the lipstick. So again, the lipstick is like a plummy berry color. So I think for the blush, I'll do something similar as well. So for the blush, I may in fact mix a couple colors together. There's two here that I'm thinking of combining. I have Major, which is described as a neutral pink flush, but then I also have this one here, Miniskirt, which is a berry rose. So I think I'll just do more of the berry rose with a bit of the pink, just to give the flush that I want. Victoria Beckham or Posh Spice sent these to me as well. I think this is how my Posh Spice makeup obsession began. She sent me her blush sticks, so I bought one of the liners, eyeshadow. I bought something else too. I love all of it so far. I totally get it. I get the hype behind Posh Spice makeup. So this one here again is Miniskirt. So let's go ahead and just apply this. Now, these cream blush sticks are very seamless. They just sort of diffuse and melt into the skin really nicely and very quickly. They almost blend for you, which is really nice. So if you're thinking of a blush stick or a cream one, these ones are really good. I mean, I've been talking here and looking on the side of the mirror, and this is already blended in. So I'm gonna go ahead and add just a touch of the pink one here, Major. Just to brighten a little bit. I think Miniskirt and Major play really beautifully together. Miniskirt is a bit darker, a bit more of like that rich plummy color, but then Major just kind of gives you a bit more of that pink flush, like you just came in from the cold and your cheeks are a little bit, you know, a little bit rosy. I think it's lovely, and I think it's gonna go really nicely with this lipstick. Again, this one is called Moody. I'm gonna go ahead and just sort of dab it onto the lip to see if I can create a stain with it first. So that was barely any work. These are very, very opaque. So just dab a couple of times, and then if you press it into your lips with your finger, you'll get a more mask-friendly look because these are more moisturizing and glossy. So if you just want like a little hint of a color, I think this is a good method to use because it definitely looks like my lip, but better. But now let's go in and just go ahead and do a full swipe. As you can see, you can elevate this Moody lipstick from a light stain to a full saturated pout. I think it's a beautiful, rich, plummy color. This is a moisturizing lipstick, so it is very, very comfortable to wear, but it may not be the most mask friendly. If you're going to be wearing a mask, I say dab it onto the lips. Otherwise, just enjoy it in its full force. It's a beautiful, rich holiday color. I think it's beautiful. This is the Moody lipstick without a lip liner. Now, please let me know which eye look do you prefer? Which one do you prefer with this Moody lipstick? Just do like some sort of face off. Do you prefer Chiffon, the light champagne wash of color, very much a one and done eyeshadow look? Or do you prefer Mirror, our intense disco ball, New Year's Eve, shimmery silver look? When it comes down to it, I think it's going to come to your preference. Do you want a one and done? Do you want more of a sparkly finish? I really love both of them. I can see myself wearing both of these on just different days, different moods, different occasions. So I think the same will be for you. I think they're both lovely. You have maybe more of a daytime look and a nighttime look. And as far as the new liner goes, the sea gray, I think it's gorgeous. Again, if you wanted to do something inspired by this silvery look, I think you could create it with just the liner alone. You would go pretty ham, like pretty thick, and then my hair got caught there for a second. You would buff it out and then just keep adding a little bit more, because these liners are very creamy and they can be used on their own. You don't have to use an eyeshadow with it. So I think this on its own could create something in the same family as this beautiful silvery look. Overall, I am impressed yet again with Victoria Beckham Beauty. I totally get it, especially with these Lid Lustres. A lot of you have told me about them. I know a lot of you have these at home, so I'm certain you will be very happy with these new shades here. Please let me know in the comments what you think down below, and don't forget to vote. Do you prefer Chiffon or Mirror in the eyeshadow category? Let us know in the comments, and let me know what else I need to try from Victoria Beckham Beauty. I'm certain there will be more Boxing Day sales. You know, these Black Friday deals lasted like a month, and I'm certain that Boxing Day deals will be coming very shortly and will last for several days, if not a few weeks. So now is maybe the time to fill up your cart. If you're new to my channel, or if you've been watching me for some time but haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Like, leave a comment, subscribe. Those are all fabulous ways to help me out on my channel here. I will also leave affiliate links in the description box for you guys to shop. Anytime you shop my affiliate links, that also helps me out and supports me here on my channel. So on that note, I think this is all I have for today. I need to take the rest of the day to sort of get used to these two very intense and very different eyeshadow looks. But thank you so much for stopping by. Hope you have a beautiful day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.